In 2024, while Taylor Swift continued to dominate pop culture with her record-shattering Eras Tour, multiple chart-topping albums, and a relationship that captivated both the music and sports worlds, she was also living a lifestyle few could ever imagine, one of unfiltered access to the skies. With a reported 98 private jet flights taken in a single year, Taylor's air travel habits weren't just a behind-the-scenes luxury. They became a symbol of the growing divide between celebrity excess and the everyday reality most people face. Those flights consumed an estimated 80,000 gallons of jet fuel, costing around $400,000 just in fuel alone. That number doesn't include maintenance, storage, crew, or insurance, all of which push the total annual cost of owning and operating her jet to over $5 million per year. In contrast, the average American worker in 2024 earned roughly $60,000 per year, which means Swift spent more on jet fuel alone than what most people make in nearly 7 years of full-time work. When you compare the total annual cost of flying and maintaining a private jet to the average lifetime earnings of a working-class American, estimated to be around $2.7 million over 40 years, the scale of wealth disparity becomes staggering. It's not just about luxury. It's about how far removed the ultra-wealthy are from the realities the majority face daily. And those realities in 2024 were increasingly grim. Across the US and much of the world, people were grappling with a full-blown cost of living crisis. Housing prices soared, rent increased, grocery bills hit record highs, and utility costs climbed steadily. Families were forced to make impossible choices between heating their homes and putting food on the table. Meanwhile, wages remained largely stagnant. In many parts of the country, even middle-income earners struggled to keep up with inflation. The idea of flying anywhere, let alone privately, was out of reach for millions. And this growing frustration with inequality became even more pronounced as climate change continued to accelerate. The world experienced one of its hottest years on record in 2024, with extreme weather events, wildfires, floods, hurricanes becoming more intense and more frequent. Scientists warned of irreversible tipping points, and governments pushed citizens to reduce emissions, cut down on travel, recycle more, and live sustainably. Yet at the same time, billionaires and celebrities like Swift continue to crisscross the globe in some of the most carbon-intensive machines ever created. Private jets are not just convenient. They are among the worst offenders when it comes to CO2 emissions, producing up to 14 times more emissions per passenger than commercial airliners, and up to 50 times more than trains or buses. So, when everyday people are told they must shoulder the burden of climate responsibility, buying electric vehicles, paying green energy surcharges, switching to reusable bags, it feels increasingly unfair to see the ultra-rich burn thousands of gallons of jet fuel on a whim. Swift's defenders argue that she isn't the only celebrity flying privately, and that her jet is occasionally loaned out, but that does little to ease the sense of injustice. In fact, the backlash surrounding her jet usage is less about Taylor Swift personally, and more about what she represents: the unchecked privileges of extreme wealth in a world that is suffering. At a time when working families are skipping meals to afford rent, when farmers are watching crops fail due to droughts, and when young people feel hopeless about the future of the planet, stories of globe-trotting private jets ignite anger, not admiration. They highlight the growing disconnect between those with the means to live above it all, literally, and those stuck dealing with the consequences. Taylor Swift's 2024 flight record, in this context, becomes more than just a celebrity trivia fact. It becomes a case study in inequality, consumption, and climate injustice. A flashpoint for the uncomfortable truth that while we all live on the same planet, we certainly don't share it equally. And yet, this is the paradox of modern luxury, Private jets, billion-dollar tours, custom-tailored travel schedules. They are the pinnacle of what wealth can buy. They represent freedom, power, and control over time and space itself. For many, they are aspirational. For others, infuriating. Taylor Swift's jet isn't just a symbol of opulence. It's a window into a lifestyle that transcends ordinary limits, but not without consequence. In the world of luxury, every choice reflects more than taste. It reflects values. And as we continue to watch the skies, both literally and figuratively, we must ask, what does true luxury mean in a world that's burning? Is it excess without restraint, or elegance with responsibility? In the end, Taylor Swift's jet may just be the starting point for a much larger conversation about what it means to live beautifully, ethically, and consciously in an age where luxury has never been more accessible, yet never more controversial.